Dave Williams. Hey, out here live on Johns Island, I'm with Robbie Schultz of South Carolina Lightning Protection and Steve Koenig. He's a developer here, and you work closely with Steve to build properties around the Low Country. And how long have you been doing this, Robbie?
I've been a client of Steve since around 1988, early 89, and I've been in business since 1985, specializing in lightning protection since 2000.
Now, Robbie, I think my biggest question is what happens if you don't have lightning protection on your home and it gets struck?
Well, lightning doesn't decide what it's going to strike until it's about 300 feet from the ground, so that object is going to be struck whether or not it has a lightning protection system. If you have lightning protection, then you have a system in place to intercept that charge and send it deeply into the earth without harm to your building.
Okay, and Steve, one of my questions for you is, why did you choose Robbie?
Well, I've been in the high-end custom building business in the area since '85, started in '78. And the key to my business is the strength of my subcontractors. And Robbie has stood out in the field of lightning protection. I don't have any worries when I hire Robbie. The soldering of his joints as opposed to a clamp, the correct number of lightning rods, the knowledge of the code system all make my job a lot easier and protect the house. How do you protect a house 3/4 of the way? If lightning hits in it and it's not properly done, you've wasted your money unless it's done correctly, and Robbie does it correctly for me.
Now, also, I have to ask you, have any of your clients ever gotten back to you and said, hey, our house was struck by lightning?
Oh, certainly. And even with lightning protection, they have been struck. And on occasion, there's small damage, but nothing like what there would be had they not had the lightning protection.
Definitely. And Robbie, now houses are going to get struck by lightning, and with the protection, what does that do to protect what's in the house?
Absolutely. Well, the lightning is going to attach to the lightning rods on top of the roof and run down the cables to the ground without going through non-conductive building materials like wood, glass, small electrical wires that all can carry a lightning charge, but not very effectively. So we have large size conductors that are able to send the energy safely into the ground.
Now, are all houses vulnerable to lightning strikes?
Absolutely. Lightning doesn't just hit things on the highest point. It can hit things in the valley. It can hit people that are only 6 feet tall. So any building is a potential strike location.
When you mentioned something about it tends to hit the high points and sometimes it hits the lower points. But what if someone wants protection around their house? Do you do that as well?
We do trees as well.
Okay. And where are some of the homes that you've had before, Steve, that you've had this protection on in the Low Country?
Well, I can start with the first home I ever built on Kiowa, which was my own home, and I did not put lightning protection in it. It was hit twice, both times on a lower roof, under a tree, not on the top, and both times soffits were blown off, irrigation clock blown out, just indiscreet, random damage within the house. So I immediately went to lightning protection. I was convinced. We do homes on Kiowa and Seabrook and Johns Island primarily, and we fight hard to convince our clients to put lightning protection in, even in lieu of the latest appliances. I think it's more important to dub down in some other areas and put the money where it's important.
So, Robbie, I know this can save tens of thousands of dollars. In some cases, it will save an entire home. Now, will you come out and do an estimate on a house and tell them what they need?
Absolutely. We do free estimates all over the state of South Carolina and a little into Georgia and North Carolina as well.
Okay, and how quick of a process is it usually once you get going? Is this going to take a couple weeks? Is this going to take a couple days?
Well, we can usually do an existing house in about 2 days, and then if we have an inspection on our work, we schedule that within a week or so. If it's new construction, we arrive at the foundation, and then we stay until the house is finished after completion, so that could be a very long process.
Okay, so definitely get the lightning protection. It only takes a day or two to get it installed in your house, and it could save a lifetime of memories. Gentlemen, thanks so much. Great to see you out here. All right.
Thank you.
Well, we've got plenty more Low Country Live coming up right after the break.